Hello and welcome back to Fandom Fridays, where we proceed to read fics that are not pony related. Why? Because sometimes even a professional brony such as myself needs a little break from the awesomeness that is my girls. And guys, I got Xenoverse. Woo! Yes, 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 yes! Congratulations, 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 congratulations! Yes, that's right. This month of Monday, I got Xenoverse, and it's currently sitting happily right next to my PS3. I haven't played it yet because, well, fortune smiled upon me this week. I also got Budokai and Budokai 3. And so, thus, in order to prepare myself for Xenoverse properly, I am training myself mind, body, and spirit by playing through all of Budokai in a row in order to get myself stronger. Yeah, you just want an excuse to play Budokai again. Okay, Trixie, you're right. But still, I've been training hard, and soon I will play the beauty that is Xenoverse. I've been waiting for so long to play this. So, that brings us to the show. Originally, I was thinking about torturing myself with a bad fanfic because I've been reading so many good ones lately, like, say, Megaforce, Elements of Harmony, Tears of Gaia. I hope you guys are all enjoying that, by the way. And so many others. I really need something that's not completely horrendous, that will not get me ticked off. So, I decided to read you Bringer of Death. I know what you're thinking. But didn't you showcase this a couple of weeks ago? Yes, I did. But this is Bringer of Death Abridged. Yep. Somebody made an abridged little fanfic. Yep. It's about to be as insane as you can think. So without further ado, here's Bringer of Death Abridged. Not to be associated with Team 4-Star. Please join us as we here in the Treeberry Memorial Library and proud to present. What was that? Bringer of Death Abridged by N.P. Berryhill. All characters are copyrighted by all Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT are owned by Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release. No, seriously, what was that? Season 1, Chapter 1, Ghost of Science and Past. Vegeta! The Prince of all Scientists was a tactical genius, unparalleled by other warrior. He dominated foe after foe with his keen intellect, and escaped impossible odds with dazzling strokes of genius. Thus, the prince developed his brilliant plan to ask a useless weakling to shoot a hole from his chest, on the off chance that he would survive. And a young, distraught boy, whose family he had mercilessly slaughtered, would choose to heal him. Yeah. Nonetheless, against impossible odds, Vegeta succeeded. He received a gigantic power boost, lifting him beyond his wildest expectations. Confident of victory, he proceeded to attack Frieza, resulting in him getting the stuffing kicked out of him 6 ways to Sunday. Now we return to a pause in the battle, just as Vegeta realizes just exactly how dead he really is. It's not true! It's not true! Declared the Saiyan as he saw to the ground, tearing at the gas of frustration. Oh, Vegeta, don't tell me you're actually crying. Wait! You are crying! Oh, this is too good! Say, could you hold on a moment? I need to get my camera. Frieza taunted, hovering just a few yards away. I'm not crying! I'm just licking some of my awesome out of my eyes! A red light suddenly encompassed his sides and quickening his pulse and setting his teeth on edge. Was this the end? Was Frieza preparing the fairy attack that would end his life? Looking up, he saw the source of the crimson light. A tiny indicator on Frieza's smartphone. Oh no, please, don't mind me. Please continue. Let's see here. And record. Murmuring the icy tyrant. If I could just get this on SpaceTube, I certainly go viral. In another realm, on a small planet containing a Rotel deity and a few warriors who used to be important to the series, King Tai watched the unfolding events with great interest. Well, hurry. I guess I owe you $5. Chiaotzu. Vegeta broke down and lost. Too bad it happened now, though. If he was a good guy, then maybe he would be up here instead of you guys. Oh, how cruel fate is!
Oh, that sounds
flanked over the cast, demanded the small boy. Man. Clown thing. Seriously. What the hell is he? Meanwhile, on Namek.
Truly, Vegeta, you have no idea how much of a disappointment this trip was.
Frieza rambled on as Vegeta came to terms with what was going to happen.
First Doya died, then Sabon, and then the Ginyus. This whole trip was one big mess.
Vegeta wasn't listening. He was going to be killed. No battle, no struggle, simply snuffed out.
This is just like the whole jockstrap incident, but at least this has a happy ending. Well, for me, of course. After I kill you, I think I'll slowly torture the others to death one by one, and then blow up every other planet in this godforsaken solar system!
With his monologue over, Frieza walked over towards Vegeta, ready to deal the finishing blow.
This is it, thought the prince. I'm about to die, be sent straight to hell. But you know what? I think I can handle it. I mean, I did survive the jockstrap incident with my sanity. Ha! The only thing worse was being stuck with Nappa for all those years. It's not like they'll do that. I mean, an eternity. As in forever. With Nappa.
The sky darkened as Vegeta was jolted back to reality. A faint whisper in the air.
Vegeta! No!
Sounded the prince, his head circling back.
Vegeta! No, 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 no!
The planet trembled as the prince felt his heart building. A small ding sounded as a faint image of Nappa appeared before the prince.
We're going to have so much fun when you're dead! Isn't that right? Hey, Vegeta! 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 No!
The prince ascended in a blaze of golden glory, his drive to escape an eternity with Nappa, pushing his power to its limits and far beyond. Back on King Kai's planet, everyone was shocked.
Ha! Alright, y'all two, give me back my cash, cause this fight just entered round 2!
The king declared happily.
Dang it!
All looked at Vegeta as his newfound power flowed in around him. The prince took a few minutes before he was fully aware of himself.
Yes, yes, it's true. The transformation does make you taller.
Vegeta now turned his gaze to his icy tyrant, who looked like he had peed himself a little.
Why, hello there, Frieza. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Vegeta, Prince of all Saiyans, is now a legendary Super Saiyan. I am now the bringer of cookies.
A double leaf slowly blew by as all remained silent.
Wait, no, I meant the bringer of... hold that thought.
The Super Saiyan quickly pulled out a sheet of papers from his pocket and looked over the speech he had prepared for a precise occasion.
Okay, let's see here. Speech to Kiwi, speech to Sarmon, big entrance for birthday party, lovely puts of Dragon Balls, yada yada. Oh, you better duck. Damn it! I didn't finish this one!
Sewing the papers roughly back into his pocket, the Super Saiyan thought it over.
Let's see. Bringer of what?
Boom! Suggested King Kai.
No!
Oh, distraction?
Offered Gohan in a distance.
No!
Forgiveness?
Asked Frieza as humbly as he began to back away.
Not quite feeling that one either. Ah, forget it. I'm just gonna kill you now!
Without further ado, Vegeta appeared above his opponent and hit him with a hard elbow to the tyrant's dome. Until the intense fight began, Frieza sucked a blasting energy at Vegeta with all his speed. Yet the prince effortlessly dodged every single death beam while keeping his arms crossed over his chest as he hovered in the air. Tyrant and Warrior then entered hand-to-hand combat, Vegeta dodging each of the monster's blows while simply slapping Frieza around while reading a magazine.
Ooh. Oh!
The prince was suddenly giddy as he flipped over the first page.
A sneak peek at the 200th season of the Space Bachelor. There appear to be... yes, there they are. Profile pictures. Let's see here. Implants. Ugh, ugly implants. Butterflies. Implants. Ooh, hey, those might be real.
Vegeta then turned the magazine sideways to get a better view. Frieza was furious.
I demand you take this fight seriously!
Startled, Vegeta looked up.
Huh? Oh, right, yes, the fight.
An instant later, the Super Saiyan delivered a gigantic punch to the Ice Tyrant's abdomen, making Frieza bowl over his vein, and his face contorted into something too horrible for daytime television.
Come now, Vegeta. I was only kidding. Come now. Let's calm down and talk this over at Species. My treat.
Frieza was now bluffing so much that even Goku would have been able to tell he was buying time. Well, okay. Maybe Krillin would at least haven't fallen for it.
Sure thing, Frieza. Just do me one thing first.
What?
Say hi to Nappa for me.
Without further ado, the puzzled face sent the tyrant over the horizon.
Man, it feels too good to be me right now.
Woo! Go 3 Star! To Krillin to the sidelines.
Okay, he is definitely dead next.
Chapter 2. Frieza Minutes. On board Frieza's mighty fruit-shaped flagship, a lone scientist floated motionless in a bowl of strange liquid. Small bubbles floated over his skin, and both ticklish and somewhat painful as his injuries slowly mended. Goku was concentrating deeply, his mind fully and completely focused. I lean away, I lean away, I lean away, I lean away. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the village, the quiet village. Oh shoot, I haven't seen him this broken since he read that Defender fic. Entertainment. As the healing tank did as much as needed work, Earthgrave's warrior could do nothing but try and entertain himself. It wasn't like there was anything interesting going on. As he checked, Piccolo was still fighting Frieza on the second floor.
Goku! Goku! Stop that right now!
Yelled the rotund voice of known as King Kai. I had that sock stuck in my head for 3 weeks already! But King Kai... But nothing! If you get that sock stuck in my head, so help me, I will alter your destiny so that a specific part of your body shrivels up to half size! Permanently! But King Kai, there's nothing else. I've already done all the other songs I know. Row, row, row your boat, put the lime in the coconut, and we will rock you. There's just nothing doing here but wait, he complained to the voice in his head. On his tiny planet, King Kai could only listen in dumbfounded amazement at his pupil's obliviousness.
Goku, you're kidding, right?
What do you mean, King Kai? Is there something going on? The deity sighed before answering, hoping he would not have an aneurysm for the sheer pity of it all.
As focus your mind on what's happening outside.
In the tank, the scientist shrugged. All right, King Kai, but I don't see why. Holy feeling Yacha! Those power levels are way over 9,000. They're both like 9,003. The warrior declared with great surprise.
Goku, just shut the hell up and get out there to help.
King Kai ordered with a nasally sounding voice, due to him pinching his now bleeding nose. Get! Goku replied simply. You offered no explanation why, resulting in another audible sigh from the deity. I'm hesitate to ask our fear of my life, but why? I'm not done yet! The machine will say what? Ding! The thing interrupted immediately. All done! Goku blasted his way out of the healing tank with a huge burst of unnecessary force. The feeble door trying to swing open even after he left. As the liquid drained off his body and dried in the wind, he flew at great speed toward the battle that was currently taking place. Well, it wasn't really a battle. It would better be described as Frieza having his vital organs rearranged while Vegeta continued to listen to reasons why he considered himself to be awesome.
Number 23, my hair! It is so awesome, gravity can't keep it down!
His fist slided to Vegeta's wrist.
That's right, my hair is defying gravity!
It looks to pull! Began Frieza, but another punch sent him creasing across the landscape.
Number 24, my outfit. Let's face it, I'm wearing nothing but skin-tight spandex and a useless piece of armor with a gaping hole in it, but I still look awesome.
He caught up with Frieza and slammed his knee into the tyrant's nose.
And finally, number 25, my priorities. Everyone knows them. First,
he paused to fire a beam at Ares at Frieza, who nearly does. Yes, yes, we know, he panted to Frost Demon, jumping back to catch his breath. Your famous priorities. First immortality, then the bitch,
then you and yours,
roared Vegeta with a wild grin, slamming Frieza to the ground with a double fist. On a cliff a few miles away, the 3 warriors stood from Earth, watching the clash of the Titans with looks of awe and inspiration. But when the movie was over, shame! They returned to watching Frieza versus Vegeta. Each was wary of who the victor would be, as clearly either warrior could now swat them with sight with a thought. Yeah! Go take 3 star! Yelled the short monk known as Krillin, his fist in the air, a smile on his face. Well, at least 2 of them were wary. Krillin had apparently been pummeled in the head one too many times in his life, but what do you expect? Krillin, are you sure we should be cheering for Vegeta? I mean, he doesn't exactly have the best track record. You know, the whole try to kill us thing? The young Demi Saiyan pointed out to his friend. Relax, Gohan. I'm sorry for Vegeta's sake. You'll see. When this is over, we'll all go down to Spacies and stare at double-decker McWhopper. The Story Human licked his lips and rubbed his belly. I mean, it's not like Frieza could somehow win at this point. Right, guys? Piccolo and Gohan both facepalmed, though, so there was no reply. Suddenly, the remainder of the plateau Vegeta was standing on burst in different directions as the ice gem came forth from the sky immediately. His left eye was twisting, and his form was covered in dirt. The tyrant spoke in a crazed voice.
You're right, Vegeta. You are awesome. But you aren't the only one. You wanna know why I'm awesome? Reason one! I can breathe in space! Well, technically, began Gohan, no one can actually breathe in space because space is in a vacuum. But I suppose an alien species with a markedly different physiology would be able to survive for extended. Holy Mother of Kami, look at that!
The ice demon produced a spear of dark red energy above his head. With insanity as he threw it at Namek,
Let it go boom now!
as the evil Emperor Frieza watched this enormous planet-busting death ball visibly speed towards the surface of Namek. A single thought sounded in his mind.
I don't care what Cooler says. Mine is totally bigger.
During most of this, however, the oblivious Super Saiyan had simply hovered in the air smirking. He daydreamed about the perks of being king, picturing himself on a picnic with a collection of large-breasted Saiyan ladies. But he was suddenly jolted back into the moment with a disgusting look on his face when one of the ladies turned out to bear a distinct resemblance to Dodoria. Looking up, he saw Frieza's attack buried down on the planet. Crud.
DOORS!
Yelled Piccolo, who covered his eyes from the purple light. How? Asked Krillin in return, but his answer was drowned out by the howling wind and pulled into a murky green wire. Immediately, a small ding went off inside the bald fighter's head as the image of the number 29 blasted the monk's head.
Kaioken times 20!
Goku yelled, arriving just in time by a handy-dandy use of plot device. The gigantic ball of energy was miraculously sent off course by a blue blasted key, cutting off Frieza's maniacal laughter slowly.
But, why planet don't go boom?
The tyrant asked, coming out of his crazed daze.
Damn you, Kakarot!
Yelled the Super Saiyan Prince in anger.
I totally had that one!
But, Vegeta, why did you let it almost hit the planet?
The younger Saiyan inquired in return, scratching his head.
I,
Vegeta mumbled, struggling to come up with a good answer. That's when he heard it. That terrible ding signified Nappa was near. A small ghostly form instantly appeared right next to his face.
wait for dramatic, wait for it, pause.
The ghost suggested wisely. The prince sighed. Wished he were dead, and begrudgingly took the suggestion.
For dramatic pause.
The Saiyan massaged his own temples at the stupidity of taking advice from Nappa.
Oh, okay then.
The smiling warrior responded. Back on the tiny planet King Kai, the deity smiled with great enthusiasm. He was certain he would win the bet.
Hey, you cheated! No fair bringing Goku into it!
Declared to the clown man child known as Chaozu. He crossed his arms while he floated with anger above the green grass. Hey, I have my strategies and you have yours. I play to win, while you die and have no effect on the plot. The cunning King Kai replied.
Meanwhile, back at the mountain.
But, that's not fair! Not fair at all!
Young Frieza said, no one in particular. He clenched his fist in anger.
How is this possible? I blow up an entire planet of scientists, squash the whole planet, and yet they still keep popping up like pimples on a fat chick! That's it! This has got so far south I've officially hit Space Antarctica!
Oh, Frieza, quit your whining. You're taking all the fun out of this. You should just grovel in pain instead.
The prince was currently enjoying himself to the fullest of possibilities. Who would have thought that he would have achieved such great power? How he had thought that Kakarot could have attained this. No, the other Saiyan wasn't nearly tall enough to become a Super Saiyan. This was his right, and destiny, in this universe and all others.
You wouldn't be talking so much trash if I was at full power, you golden excuse for a monkey!
Frieza declared in anger, but then an idea struck him. His lips curled into a smile as he saw the cogs of Vegeta's head turn. Vegeta! Sorry, Piccolo, this is your line.
Thank you, stop stealing my bits! Vegeta, don't do it! For the love of Soleil Dion! Damn it! Don't you do it!
The voice of Piccolo yelled toward the mighty Super Saiyan, but the prince ignored him.
What's wrong with these Saiyans? Why is it that their lust for battle only appears when there's a chance of us dying?
The Namekian asked himself. Meanwhile, in the air, Vegeta made his decision.
Alright, Frieza. I'll give you 2 minutes, no longer, to achieve your full power. Then I'll prove to you that you're at your best. You ain't got jack compared to my Super Saiyan swagger!
Frieza looked incredibly pleased.
So then, for 2 whole minutes, you want to attack me?
Dear Crozen asked, trying to make sure.
Yes! Now just get your stupid power up before I change my mind!
Demanded the impatient prince.
I heard they're filming a new episode of Space Queen somewhere near here, and ever since I killed the Ginyu Force, I just had this insatiable desire to punch something flamboyant!
Hey, Vegeta, question. As long as you're punching some of the cast of Space Glee, there's a actor over there by the name of Grant. Would you mind not punching him? I kind of need him for the Flash. Not needing to be told twice, even though he already had, Frieza began to build up power in the area around him. Tyrant's forwards formed balls of raw energy, as his muscles quadrupled his size, and his veins bulged over his body.
It's a good thing you're asexual, or else your tail will have shred from all those steroids.
Vegeta commented boastfully with his hands on his hips. Thought Frieza as he continued powering up.
Why did Salazar start that silly rumor? Now even Vegeta is repairing it. I'll never be able to get a girlfriend at this rate!
Although if you ask some fanfic writers... Vegeta continued to chuckle, stickerily thinking to himself,
I can't believe I just let him do that. I swear it's like my love of vanity only surfaces at convenient dramatic moments. Well, I'm never going to let that happen again. Only an idiot would do something like that.
Well, Vegeta, how do you think of my new form?
The bulk-up tyrant asked, delighted by his own might.
I think your 2 minutes are up.
Prince shot forth, his fist reared back, ready to deliver a heavy throw to Frieza. But he was stopped short by the tyrant when he put his hands up, waiting to frantically,
Wait! Stop! My 2 minutes aren't up yet! You said you wouldn't fight me for that long. Where's your so-called honor, Super Saiyan?
What are you talking about? I waited at least 5 minutes in real time!
Vegeta, I'm the leader of an entire quadrant of the known universe. I think I know how long 2 Frieza minutes are!
The tyrant said with his arms crossed.
You moron! I was talking about actual minutes, not your stupid made-up system!
It's not made up. I've used it in many territories around the universe. Like Space Sweden, Space Russia, and Frieza Planet 149.
Meanwhile, on Frieza Planet 119, I can see the future! Barry Hill saves 15% or more car insurance by switching to Geico! David and his wife have a kid! Piccolo got me turned into a guy! Yansa dies! A lot! There's a lot of specials! Cell's perfect form makes him look like a character from SpongeBob! Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
On the cliff that held the 3 fighters for Earth, Gohan suddenly had a startling realization.
Guys, why are we still here?
The little tyke asked.
What do you mean, Gohan?
Piccolo replied to his charge.
I mean, there are 2 bad guys right there that both want to kill us and could easily do so. So why are we sitting around doing nothing? We should get us the hell out of here and let them kill each other.
No, son. Gohan turned to see his father, his hand on the boy's shoulder, smiling down at him. We have to stay here and watch the fight. It's our duty as the good guys to follow all the rules, play fair with everybody, and always say good game at the end.
Goku, you do realize that the only reason you're saying that is because of your brain damage, right?
The Namekian pointed out. Yep! With an audible sigh, the Namekian looked at his rival again.
And you're not going to let us leave here because of some stupid reason, right?
Yep!
Just checking.
Frieza narrowly dodged the punch of the prince, energy from it destroying a small mountain in the distance. Ricola! Came to yell and yelled to her. Just as the ground he stood on as fast as the rest. Oh God! He's in here! The fight between the 2 incredible powers, now at full strength, quickly reached its maximum. The explosives rocked the entirety of Namek to its core, and sent shockwaves through the atmosphere itself as their punches and kicks met. Goku began to wonder if he would even need to step in. Piccolo! This is getting too dangerous! What do you guys do?
Leave it, let you take care of it. Okay, bye!
Piccolo interrupted him. Immediately, the Namek grabbed Gohan and shot off into the distance. Krillin, always 1 step behind, went chasing after them at top speed, crying at the top of his lungs for running away. I was actually going to say back me up. Oh well, I'm sure they'll be back any second now. Yep, any second. The Saiyan looked to the sky. I'm so dead. The fight above Namek suddenly received a break as Vegeta went into a group of mountains below.
There! You see, Vegeta, my power is maximum!
Boasted the galactic tyrant, certain he had won. But the Super Saiyan quickly proved Frieza wrong yet again. Vegeta calmly rose from the rocks with a smirk on his face. His eyes had wiped away a trickle of blood from his lip and spoke.
Wow, that almost tickled. But guess what? My turn.
Before the Yakuza could figure out that Popo was dangerous, a fist implanted itself on his stomach, followed by a harsh kick to the face, and finally a haymaker to the spine that sent the icy tyrant to the ground in a glorious explosion.
And now, here comes your end, Frieza. For all the years you tortured me, berated me, belittled me, and let Nappa alive, taste my super galactic force!
Vegeta, no! Yelled Goku with defiance.
Kakarot, are you serious? You slaughtered literally millions and ruined my life. Do you really expect me to let him live?
At least ask him if he's sorry. If he's truly sorry, then there'll be no reason to kill him.
Alright, I'll think about it.
Really? Asked Goku joyously.
Yes, right after I kill him.
Vegeta wasted no more time firing his attack. Well, okay, as long as you think about it. Slowly rising from the dirt, the tyrant clutched his hand in pain. No, Daddy, I don't want to go on the merry-go-round. The horses scare me. Frieza then noticed a gigantic blazing attack heading straight for him. It did the only thing he could think of when something slowly moving and gigantic was coming right at him. Block it with his hands! If I have any regrets for all the countless lives I've destroyed, the destruction left in my wake, is that I never got to see the Space Lost finale. And so, in a golden flash of light, the battle ended. For real. With no surprises after that whatsoever. Right. King Kai was awed by the spectacle of raw power he had just witnessed. And so, the life of Frieza ends. Now the galaxy shall know peace, thanks to the one and only Super Saiyan. And there will be no greater threats. Yeah. Sure. You hesitated for a second. And, according to the author, so for future reference, 1 Frieza minute equals 36 regular minutes. Why? Because science. Actually, apparently the author did it by mouth. And since every episode is 20 minutes, and it took 9 episodes for Namek to blow up, divided 180 by 5, and voila! Math. Don't ask me. These are the people who wrote it. And I need to take time to remind you that this is a fan-based property. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT are owned by Fuji TV, Toei Animation, Funimation, and Akira Toriyama. Bringer of Death is owned by Sir NP of Berry Hill and the Great Count Demon Starlim. Support the official release. Guys, I buy DBZ games all the time. I bought the box set of Dragon Ball Z. See, I own the entire series. I don't know how much more I could do! Other than give blood. Shing! Trixie, put down the spear! Oh, come on. Everybody was seeing that joke coming. Shut up. Chapter 3. Shut the heart! And you're to blame! You give love a bad name. On the small planet owned by none other than King Kai, the deity was currently counting the money he won his bet with Chaozu. Let's say here, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 space dollars. Guess that'll teach you to bet against it. Oh no, he did! The King Kai laughed at his own joke as he put the money away. Mitsu crossed his arms in anger. We'll see how useful you are when the Boo Saga comes around, muttered the white imp. Vegeta won, so what now? As the three-eyed human noticed Tien, the 3 dead fighters and the deity each had drops of sweat on their heads, looking around and waiting on whoever was supposed to speak next. After a few moments, all of them retrieved their scripts from their pockets and began turning pages. King Kai, being the first to find the right place, broke the silence. Let's see. Page 13. Yamcha has a good idea, causing the world to implode. In the Blue Being's words, Yamcha celebrated with a fist pump, then flung scripts in the air. Alright! Finally, my man gets the screen time! Looks like I finally found a writer who won't bag on me every chapter. Right, guys? Yamcha. Let me talk to you about your history in terms of Full Vegeta Fix. You have been seen cheating on Bulma, abusing Bulma, yelling at Bulma, running away, and my personal favorite, cheating on Bulma with Tien Shinhan. I don't think you're ever going to find an writer who won't bag on you every time. Oh, okay, so I did when I was a kid, but I think also I did just for the fun. In response, a piano fell from the sky and crushed the former bandit. Boom!
Sorry, I was busy delivering this piano to Octavia. I didn't know where I dropped it. Sorry.
As he groaned, his voice mumbled from the ivory keys. The scar-faced warrior began to whine and mumble. Why me? Why is it always me? Yeah. Why don't you guys get Yamcha from out from under there while I contact Kami? Titi sighed as he pointed his antenna towards her. I swear, the things I had to put up with. I can taste my spine! Yamcha moaned. Oh, Namek. The ground slowly ceases sinking, as a hole as big as space Kansas marked the eternal racing place of Frieza.
And repressed. It's finally over.
Vegeta slowly descended to the ground and lowered his gods.
It took 2 decades, a planet, and my pride. But it looks like the dice are finally coming up for Vegeta.
The Super Saiyan landed before Goku folded his arms with a smile.
So, Kakarot, what did you think of that?
Wow, Vegeta, that was really anticlimactic. In response to the comment, the prince merely shrugged.
What? Did you think I was going to have some long, drawn-out battle while the planet was destroyed around me? As if my way was far more entertaining. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to do.
The prince removed his phone from his pocket and entered Facebook, whereupon he updated his status.
Totally just pwned Frieza and Namek.
Ding! Came a yell from the sky as both scientists looked up to see Gohan coming in at great speed. Upon his arrival, he hugged his father, saying, I knew you could beat him. Did you hang him by his entrails like I asked you to do telepathically? No, Gohan, I did not do that, the Saiyan said, a bit of worry in his voice. Actually, Vegeta was the one who finished him off. They both turned to see Vegeta typing away on his phone, with a furious expression as he grumbled inaudibly.
Oh, what's this? Pics or it didn't happen, says Weibo. I'll get your proof, you spineless sack of entrails.
The Saiyan then turned on his screen camera function so he could get a better idea of the picture he was taking.
Alright, let's see here. Giant hole in the ground, golden Saiyan aura, my armor's all busted, and, say, Frieza, could you move like 2 feet to the left?
Like this, came a chilling voice from a few feet away.
Perfect! Wait a second.
Ah, shit! The Saiyan never got to finish the sentence as a purple death beam pierced his heart. Time slowing down as he felt it pass through his body and out the other side.
How is this possible?
Vegeta thought, his hair losing its golden glow.
I killed him! I call total hacks!
Even at that moment, with hope seeming to fade, Vegeta resolved to himself. He would still find a way to survive this, and wins this, somehow.
Yeah, is this the best you could do, Frieza?
Vegeta yelled, his voice took with blood. Turning, the tyrant's eyebrow lifted. Hey, Vegeta, are you sure you're not losing it? Vegeta looked down, seeming to laugh at how the blood from his torso squirted onto the ground.
Just as a scratch!
A flesh wound? Vegeta, your chest has a bigger hole in it than Zama's enormous floppy!
No, it doesn't,
Vegeta casually said.
Well, what's that then?
Frieza said with a smile, pointing down to spurts of blood that were puddling on the ground.
I've had worse.
The prince replied, trying to shake it off.
Have you? Well, I'll just have to do better then.
The demon lifted his deathly finger once again and fired several more beams through the prince's body, laughing all the while.
What about now, Vegeta?
Frieza said. The princess's gut, shoulder, chest, and hip all had large death beam-sized holes in them now. How Vegeta was still standing was a mystery in and of itself.
This?
Vegeta laughed, looking down his body.
It's just a flesh wound.
But
Frieza was in disbelief.
Yeah, that's right, you freakish alien genotype. I could totally take anything you could dish. Oh, shit. Never mind. There go my organs.
The proud prince fell forward, his face in the dirt and finger on scent. Next to him, Gohan and Goku shook with fear. Behind him, a zombie-like Frieza stood with his index finger extended.
sorry, Vegeta,
The entire narrowed his eyes.
but flash photography
Is prohibited. Yeah! Back at King Kai's planet, Yamcha had finally been pelted out of the rubble when all present again felt the ferocity of his horrifying power. King Kai, is that? Tien, however, was abruptly cut off by his eating. Nope, but Kai replied quickly. If you adjust, not going to happen. The only way I'll believe that Frieza is still alive is Goku himself contacts me. Seriously, you're putting the fate of the galaxy in danger over $25? The three-eyed fire questioned Ray. Back on Namek, Vegeta realized this was his end.
Kakarot, come closer. I need to tell you something.
The fellow Saiyan walked closer and listened intently.
You have to finish what I started. Frieza, he killed everyone. My father, your father, the entire Saiyan race. He's the reason like this. You have to fight him with everything you have, not just for me, but for everyone. Save the universe. Please.
Goku stood there, a stoic expression on his face as he thought things over. Sorry, I slowed down there for a second. Vegeta, you were saying? The prince wanted to slap his own face in irritation, but could not due to Goku currently leaning on it.
Kakarot, I'll make this simple as to you as possible. Him bad, you good, you kill him, everyone happy. Comprende?
Almost. Maybe explain it to me one more time, just to be sure? Goku asked, his voice sounding childish and ignorant.
I can't believe you're the last remaining Saiyan.
Vegeta said, breathing his last. His eyes went dim and body limp. Slowly, Goku picked him up. What? He was too young to die! Don't worry, Vegeta. I'll honor your request. As soon as I can remember it. Moving a boulder with his mind, Goku found a small cave and placed the prince's body inside gently. He then closed it back up with the same boulder. Saiyan knelt and marked a small tomb by engraving a coolly drawn picture of Vegeta in his Super Saiyan form with himself next to the prince. The pair were holding hands and skipping. The caption read, Best friends forever. Gets me right here. It was at that particular moment Gohan became very curious about something. Mr. Frieza, why haven't you exactly attacked us yet? The Tiger inquired.
Oh yes, that, sorry. I'm usually a much better villain than this, but the overwhelming blood loss is making me lapse in consciousness. So then!
The Arxen flexed his power, disrupting the fight once more.
Who's first?
Really, Freezer? This is how you repay us after I saved your life? Goku asked with clenched fists.
Actually, it's Frieza. Wait, what the space hell are you talking about? I survived that blast because of my absolute strength. No other reason. Wait a second.
Well, moments prior, Frieza was about to be destroyed by the Super Saiyan's blast when he spotted that dim-witted Saiyan just standing there. In a moment of desperation, the Ice Kid reached out to Goku telepathically.
Hey, Mookie!
Me?
Yes, you.
Who's this? King Kai? Are you okay? Why do you sound way more girly than usual?
Why, you little... No, this is Lord Frieza. I was wondering, could you, help me here? I'm a bit of a tight spot.
I don't know. King Kai did say you were pretty evil.
But I have a pie in the oven. If I die, the pie will be burnt to the crisp. Pie? No! I'll slow the price down, then you sneak away.
Back at the prison.
Oh yes, that. You see, the thing is, I lied.
The Tiger spat, shocking Goku to his core.
You lied about pie? You truly are evil! I should never have saved you! Duh!
Shouted Gohan and Frieza and Yuzen.
Well, let's see how you like this!
Talking three unbelievably stride forwards, the Saiyan became and fell to a crimson roar as he let out his battle cry. For all the real pies everywhere, I will defeat you! Kaioken times 20!
Kaio what?
The Saiyan shot off at blinding speed and hit Frieza in the face with a hard punch, forcing the Saiyan airborne. Not wanting to lose his advance, Goku shot off into the sky immediately afterwards. He just barely managed to get above Frieza, hitting the Tiger in his back with a double-fisted attack, sending him back down. Needing to arrive on the ground first, Goku pushed his speed to the absolute maximum. Would he make it in time? Could he really beat Frieza if he did? Would Angelina and Brad ever actually stay together? Goku reached the ground, bracing, held up his fist expectantly. He would break Frieza's back just as he'd done to Nappa. But when no weight was felt, he looked up to see Frieza with a death ball already complete.
No, and highly unlikely,
Frieza said, having somehow heard the narrator's comments.
Yeah, Lightyear, I'm coming after you next!
Why?
Oh, I was hired by a certain guy named Von Doom to hunt you down. Donale Von Doom!
The energy attack was thrown, and a brilliant explosion followed, rocking Namek to his core. Again, like, seriously, somebody should do something about all these explosions before the damn planet explodes.
Daddy, no!
Yelled Demi, saying, he was certain his father would never be seen again, having been away to white like dust. The smile balled his small fists, and his head hung in anger as his power slowly rose. What Frieza had just done was inexcusable, intolerable, and unforgivable!
What's the matter, boy? upset you'll never see your father again, angry that I wiped him out like all the other filthy monkeys. Well then, by all means! The Iceman spread his arms and puffed out his chest. Come at me, bro! You augmented, callous, narcissistic, bastard son of a rancor! The child raised his hands above his head, preparing a golden beam of energy. He had my iPod! Masenko! Ha! The beam soared into the air, crashed directly to Frieza, yet it went no further. The boy pretty much soiled himself, seeing the Ice Giant's strength. Truly, this is the best you can muster, the Ice Giant grunted as he held the beam off. My brother can do better than this! I think. The tyrant's thoughts were cut off as another beam hit on the back. Sandwiched between the blue and yellow attacks, the tyrant found himself no way out. He took the full brunt of the fiery explosion that followed. Dad! Not wasting time, Gohan flew to his father and gave him another hug. Dad, how in the name of all that is logical did you survive? The scientist responded with a smile and a simple pat on his son's head. Simple, son. Muffin button. Gohan sighed as he's been expecting something like that. Dad, can I have my iPod back now? Well, son, think of it as encouragement to beat Frieza once and for all. You're kidding. He's still alive? The two sons turned around to face Frieza once more, although this time he looked far worse for wear than before, again. What will it take to get him down? Complained Gohan, visibly irritated. Don't worry, son. I'm certain that with the power of teamwork, we can beat him. 7 seconds, Frieza seconds later, the 5-year-old powerhouse lay on the ground unconscious, drooling uncontrollably, having lost bladder control, whilst the mighty Goku hung at Yakuza's tail grip, trying to breathe. It's a good thing I don't use my brain. Or else I wouldn't need a lot more oxygen. Thought the warrior as his face turned blue. Frieza smirked heavily. You know, I had to wonder one thing. Where are your most dear friends that you saved right now? 15 minutes prior, Frieza's power had been snuffed out and the group felt at ease. Gohan had taken off toward the location of the battle, saying something about having lent his father his iPod for the journey to Namek. At the moment, Krillin was inside the ship, hoping to maybe find a morsel of food, and Bulma was trying to find out how to fly the ship. The same one which Goku had somehow operated with the press of one button. Needless to say, she was not in a good mood. Piccolo, however, was floating outside in meditation, trying to ignore the woman's shouts of rage, and trying to ignore his guests.
Come on, at least one game, please. How about no?
Piccolo grunted.
Oh, come on, don't be mad just because I beat you like 10 in a row. 10 times! I'm not mad, I'm trying to relax. And you are preventing me from doing so! Are you trying to taught me what chicken noises? I'm not trying, I'm succeeding.
Neil joked.
Oh, very funny. Would you knock it off? I'm trying to! Namekian slugman who touched my tongue says what? Alright, that is it! As soon as I find out how to do that mind training thing like Krillin Gohan, I'm going to kick your— What the hell is that?
A tremendous power surge rocked the planet again, even as Vegeta's own life force was snuffed out. Krillin came from the ship and stuck out his door. Piccolo! Do you feel that?
I can smell that, Krillin!
The warrior said as he stood back up, fists clenched in anger. The former monk, however, snuck back inside to where Bulma was working. No big deal, Bulma, but do you think you could—
Start the ship! Start the ship! Start the ship!
The midget begged as fast as he could. He fell onto his hands and knees in tears. Why? What's going on? Implied the billionaire, removing her wielding mask. Oh, nothing, except the fact that we're all going to die! The monk mumbled out. Outside, Piccolo was about to take out and help out in any way he could when King Kai sent him a message. No! You cannot move an inch, Piccolo. I have everything far too delicately planned. I have too much riding on this. The Namekian took off to the skies, but was again stopped by a deity.
Dark King Kai, I have to go help them. I could die! And I guess Goku as well.
Trust me, yes, Piccolo. The plot wants this to happen. Piccolo used every ounce of his willpower not to move, floating stationary for a few moments before releasing his aura with an angry-filled scream.
Curse your pot!
Back in the present, the tyrant continued. Oh, well, I'm certain they would not be able to help. Now, before I kill you and then mutilate your son, your family, and your planet, do you have any last words? You may take our lives, but you'll never take our freedom! Never did like Braveheart. Anything else? You can't win. If you strike me down,
I'll become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Good trilogy, and somewhat relevant. I'll be back. Highly unlikely. Okay, what about live long and prosper? R.I.P. Leonard Nimoy. Thank you, I think I will. Now, I hate to disappoint you, but I don't think you'll be able to beat me with famous quotes. The Iceman was barely able to make out what the Saiyan said next. Was it trying to beat you? Already? Then what, pray tell, what are you doing? Stalling. Goku barely made out with a smirk. Stalling? The demon said with a laugh. And for whom exactly? A man with his priorities in check. Excuse me, I think I messed up the line there. My sincerest apologies, audience. Take two.
A man with his priorities in check!
Came a booming voice from behind the explosion, followed by a golden flash of lightning. Frieza's features became taut, and all he could whimper was, Daddy. Meanwhile, in another world,
What? What do you mean I don't get revived?
Nappa boomed at King Yama.
I got revived at DBZ Abridged! Yeah, but there's a difference. This time, they wished for everyone who was killed by Frieza's men on Namek to be revived, so Kiwi got to be alive again instead.
Replied the king, sitting behind his
Mahogany
desk as he turned a few pages in his massive book. I'm sorry, folks. I need to take a break here because I gotta say this.
Mahogany. And not just any mahogany, but mahogany forest on Machior 7, where the trees spit fire! Forest fight invasion peoples and Machior tribes! Not only does this make my mahogany desk nigh invulnerable, but it also spends space-time! Also, it's a very expensive material. Very expensive. But, Yama, what am I supposed to do now?
The tall Saiyan whined, his arms folded like a stubborn child.
Well, of course, you'll still make your appearances with Gia, haunting him and such, and we're giving you the Q&A.
The younger replied, bored and not looking up from his notebook. A devious smirk came across the foot's features, so he said with confidence,
This is going to be the best Q&A ever.
Hi. One more. I can do this. Yes, sir, la facito yes, macro, sir, Adana, hello, I am a little Akiraka and a pretty Wuzif and now to be I did Oyato, Yepeto Rodro, Yafayara, Tiesia Norabra, Nedra Z, Irabo, to Notoka, Yetirato, Rondoko, Irodrapa, yes, Rapa, Rafa, Tiroso, but now see it kids wrote it. Shokra, Wefat, Anedro, Tropa, Sheeter, Rotor, Irumaka. Hail to the prince, baby. Several Frieza moments prior, the Saiyan prince woke in the daze, feeling as he just found himself on the set of Space Hangover 4. Looking around, he saw the room was pitch black, unsure if he was alive or not. He tried waving his hands from his face, testing if he could see, but to no avail.
Great! Purgatory! Start doing good deeds at the end of your battle life, and you get stuck between two planes for all eternity. Well, at least it's better than 5 minutes with Nappa. And on the upside, I got my ghost pack from that strange ogre.
Proud Warrior's voice was muffled, as if he was inside a cramped room. Suddenly, there was an unmistakable ding.
I'm not even going to look anymore. Nappa, say one blasted word about how this is like that stock trap incident, and I swear I'll find a way to commit suicide in here.
Well, if you could turn your spiky head 5 whole inches, you'll see that I'm not Nappa.
A far more grating voice said from right next to his ear.
Run it!
The prince turned to see that a miniature gray radish was indeed flying next to him.
Oh, this is perfect. This is hell. Now I have both of you morons here to irritate me to insanity.
The Saiyan loudly whined, pulling at his hair.
Oh, so this is the thanks I get. Call me a moron if let us think that I make you want to commit suicide. Well, I say that you're insane enough without my help.
Radish grumbled, crossing his hands over his transparent chest.
Oh, By the way, you're not dead anymore, although that will make my day. The Spectre mumbled to himself.
And why the hell should I believe you?
Ghost Rat sighed. Just hurt yourself at something and you'll see. Satya considered the idea before punching himself hard in the gut, the impending blow causing him to crumble over for pain.
Chill! Well, that was a melee punch, if I do say so myself. Also, yay!
He dryly said,
I'm alive!
The prince then proceeded to vomit some blood.
Wait a second. I'm alive! I'm really alive! And that means...
He paused to smile.
Frieza soon won't be.
Yeah, look, whatever. I'm just here to get the plot moving and work on some community service. Explained the ghost, irritated that Vegeta had been revived by the Dragon Balls, while he had been completely ignored.
Wait. Community service? What the hell are you talking about?
The prince inquired as he stood back up, clenching his pain-filled side. Raz frowned. Well, to put it plainly, I refuse to take my clothes off in front of the big red ogre.
Ha!
Vegeta laughed.
It is possible that enormous hair says compensating for something. Luckily, you still at least got your tail.
Look who's talking, flame brain! The ghost stopped back.
Touché. Continue.
Anyways, I managed to escape from King Yama at the palace, but then I fell off Snake Way and landed near some oily German guys. My options for punishment were either to help Nappa with his ghost business or spend 5 minutes with them. Well, Raditz called audibly. He turned to the side. I saw things, Vegeta. Things that no man, dead or alive, should ever see. They even gave me a demonstration. The skull started tearing out slightly for continuing. In any case, I took the lesson of two evils, and now I'm stuck filling in for Nappa every now and then. So yeah, T5 Star Spirit or whatever.
Ugh!
Vegeta facepalm.
Just tell me why you're here, Raditz.
Vegeta said, feeling a small migraine coming on. In basic terms, I'm here to get revenge on the authors for completely robbing me of so much screen time. I am a stinking Saiyan, darn it! If I had just survived to the Android saga, I would have been allowed to become a Super Saiyan for sure! Everybody would respect me! I might have had my own Reformation arc even! And instead, only my cool incarnations are being in fanfiction! Word! Go fanfiction! Raz stopped yelling, breathing heavily as he tried to cool down.
Whoa there!
Vegeta chuckled.
You mad, bro?
Just shut up and go beat Frieza! The long-haired Saiyan complained. He didn't feel like arguing anymore, knowing it wouldn't do any good. Suddenly, Raz was interrupted by another ghostly ding!
Raditz!
The ghost said softly, Raditz!
What?
He yelled.
I'm going to get that guy who's leading us a Cyberman to run some errands for me. You wouldn't happen to know anyone like that, would you?
Raz began to grind Steve angrily.
Ah! I love it!
Nappa said heavily.
That always gets so, doesn't it, Vegeta? Now, I need you to go ahead and get me those supplies.
Ghost Nappa said, grinning. But, Nappa, I was about to go on my break!
And now you're not.
Nappa interrupted.
Now, I want tigers, I want Ray-Bans, I want leather jackets, I want bitches, I want Crunchwrap, and most importantly, I want the collector's distant of Bioshock Infinite.
Damn it, Nappa! That game isn't even out yet! Or at least, it wasn't when the author originally wrote this. Why do you need this stuff anyways? The bald ghost said, waving a finger.
I can't tell you.
This time, it was Raz who face palmed.
It's a surprise,
Nappa said with a large smile.
Alright, boys, Nappa's got Pokemon to master. It's just a guard cards to duel, and Dragon Shells to learn. I'll be seeing ya!
With that, Nappa, the friendly ghost vanished to the air. For a moment, Vegeta and Raz just stood there, silently. Finally, the prince spoke.
Well, Raditz, I don't care what you saw. Any fate is better than being a slave to that moron.
The prince reached out to feel the energy around him, getting his bearings.
Less like to run into cloud on fighting Frieza. Since Frieza killed me with a sneak attack, it'd probably be both ironic and smart not to risk anything, and, oh, forget it, I'll just go blow him up!
Taking to the sky and turning to snow form simultaneously, Vegeta quickly found a trio with Gohan unconscious on the ground, and Goku suffocating the Icy's iron grip.
What the hell are they saying?
Vegeta thought as he neared his desired target. You may never take our lives, but you'll never take our freedom, the Super Saiyan could hear Goku mumbled out. Never did like Braveheart. Anything else? The Icy Tyrant snapped back.
What?
The prince furiously grumbled.
He dares assault Braveheart? That is it! He is so getting punched!
The prince shot down at blinding speed, just in time to hear Frieza ask the Saiyan one following question. Starting,
The demon asked with a laugh. And for whom exactly?
A man with his priorities in check!
The Super Saiyan boomed.
Oh yeah, that was totally boss! Crack!
Daddy! Squeaked the tire, and a flash of lightning struck the ground around him. The surprise made him lose his hold on Kakarot's neck. Turning around slowly, the tire's worst fears were confirmed. It was none other than Vegeta, standing there in all of his Super Saiyan slag-related glory. But how? When? Where? Why? And when? When, damn it! Yelled the tyrant, now in the ears of losing his mind. This is impossible! I call hacks! Vegeta merely chuckled.
What's up, milkshake?
The Saiyan said, taking a step forward. What? The Acrostian weirdly asked, trembling as he took a small step backwards. Yet the Saiyan only came closer as he moved back. Oh, come now, Vegeta. Surely we could talk about this. How about some Dairy Queen, or species, Teresa on me?
I would, Frieza, but there's just one problem here,
the Saiyan said, looking as though he was genuinely considering the offer. What? The tyrant replied with a gulp.
Fist!
Yelled the prince. His closed hands penetrated Frieza's gun in a mere instant. Oddly enough, however, the stunned Frost Demon didn't really react. Rather, he merely stood down, his mouth agape as the wind blew by.
Funny.
Funny. I swear that would hurt a lot more. The now disemboweled villain said, perhaps the initial shock of the attack is cut off by pain receptors. Oh, there it is. Ow! In response, Vegeta removed his hand from across his abdomen, yanking out a fistful of guts with it. While dying, Frieza began falling forwards, managing to utter his violent words to his ear. So, this is the end of the mighty Lord Frieza. Funny, I would never have thought it to be you, Vegeta, but I can see it now. The mistakes I made, the lives I took, perhaps in another made-up universe I could have been a good guy. Maybe you and I could have been friends.
Maybe, yoink!
Vegeta said. He immediately ripped Frieza's head clear off his neck, causing a loud sound that resembled space Velcro.
I never won this for philosophy.
Meanwhile, back at Guru's palace.
What's going on? Oh yeah, stopped my heart for a few seconds. Ha!
The elder slowly looked around his surroundings.
Wait, why is it so dark? No!
Yelled around town, making it,
gather the Dragon Balls, it was for another sun again. You know I don't like the dark. And no! The author calls me a ton! Kill him like the rest.
Yeah, I just got to go now, the author said, pausing in fear at his keyboard.
Kill the live reader too.
What?
You heard me. Murder the son of a gun! I don't like his reading of Elements of Harmony Savior of Worlds!
Wow, I guess there's a hater in every bunch. Ah!
You can run, but you can't hide!
Back where Frieza's fresh corpse was already being decomposed thanks to a lack of refrigeration. Oh, the puns. Please don't die. You're the only one who I can talk to. If you die, I'll never get to tell you I... The owner making him pause as he saw the young science hike rising from the ground. Dende? What's going on? Is Frieza dead? Is my dad alive? Did you find my iPod? Eva knew Carly, but Dende was crestfallen. I'm sorry, Gohan. I did all I could, but... Vegeta. The Namekian paused before delivering the horrifying news. Vegeta stole your iPod. Damn it! Hey! Where are my dad and Vegeta looking at each other so intensely? Beats me. I think we should leave before Vegeta notices us. I may have said things to Vegeta I now regret. The White Mage thing, right? Gohan said flatly before they took it on. I had never assumed we would win, so I figured I would make the most of the moment. The last two remaining Saiyans that we know of right now stare each other down. Vegeta with his mind racing over how Frieza had survived, and Goku wondering what flavor of pie the tyrant had been making. The Saiyan Prince suddenly appeared before his rival and arrowed his eyes startly.
So, Kakarot, what were you doing?
What was I doing?
Thwarting my plans?
Thwarting your plans?
Were you?
Yes, why?
Because that was bad.
How bad?
Like I'm going to kill you now, bad!
That's bad.
Indeed.
Kaioken times 25! The Lord Chaos Warrior yelled, surprising the Super Saiyan and allowing him to land a blow and take out faster than you could say, Kyle, what? Vegeta, however, was not taking this lightly. He quickly recovered and shot towards his foe, hitting him in the back of the head and making the side tumbled in dirt, creating a small crevice. Goku stood up slowly, regaining his bearings as he rubbed his head. Ow, Vegeta! You weren't that strong before!
Looks like that injury Frieza gave me raised my power beyond my previous limits,
the Super Saiyan boasted. But death isn't an injury, right?
Who has two thumbs and doesn't care? This guy!
The prince said, before the voice sensor. The fight quickly re-engaged, except Goku was on the defensive as the prince attacked, ferociously using his superior skill technique. Yet Goku returned with advanced knowledge of pressure points and ki, performing a beautiful display of fighting in a sky dynamic. At least, that's how Goku imagined it. In the real world, he was getting the stuffing kicked out of him. Darn it! Thought the badly bruised warrior, taking a break in the action, landing on the ground. I thought for sure that my lower power, constant yelling out attack plans would throw him off. Well, I only have one chance. The Saiyan cupped his hands together. At his side, a familiar stance, as the blue energy formed in his hands. Vegeta quickly recognized the attack, and decided best to humor his opponent. He quickly entered his own familiar stance, and starts a ball of purple energy around with golden arcs of electricity around. Super Gallic! May! Goku yelled, still somewhat out of breath as he reignited his red aurora. Force! Ha! Two beams connected in pre-air, resulting in a tremendous explosion that shook Namek to his core, creating a sparkling orb of purple, golden, and blue energy. Wow, that's really pretty, Goku awed near him. I bet Vegeta would really like it too. Let me get closer to it now so you can see it better. There! The warrior pushed forward with all his might he could muster, slowly making the blast approach Vegeta. Conveniently for Goku, the prince had told you to release the attack early, preventing him from adding any more power to it. No! No, 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 no! The prince yelled. Time seemed to pause and Frieza turned his face to the screen.
Something seems awfully familiar about this.
Time assumed as the orb neared him. When it was fully upon him, he was forced to abandon his attack and toss to his side. Yet, somehow, the ball of energy remained and began to plummet to the surface of Namek, encircling the planet's eyes. The two Saiyans stared at each other a few seconds before taking off in the same direction. Bye! They yelled simultaneously.
Meanwhile, back with King Kai.
Oh, come on, hurry the hell up, Piccolo! There's so much more riding on this than you realize! Yelled the blue deity, urging Namekian to hasten his pace and reach Porunga already.
Yeah, I know. Never pulls up, we all die. Then there won't be any more Dragon Balls anywhere. Throwing the whole universe off balance,
the warrior said as he finally found the great dragon. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that, replied King Kai.
Alright, I found him. Now what? Holy cow! What's that thing been doing? It's like Senron on steroids!
Focus, Piccolo. Now, wish for the shield. Damn it! You're running out of time!
A shield? Why not just wish everyone but Vegeta off planet? So much smarter!
The Namekian pointed out, look, the way things are set up, I mean, we only win if Goku and Vegeta survive. The deity had told his pupil about the secondary bet he made with Yamcha.
It's a dragon guy. Oh, hi.
The warrior said in Namekian tongue, which we believe he knew because he saw Nail, despite the fact that he clearly demonstrated the Dragon Ball. But who cares about details like that? I do. Ow, don't!
My name is Porunga. Speak your wish, child.
The dragon replied, his voice booming.
Well there! Wait just a second. My father was a demon king, so I'm a demon. Definitely not your child.
Piccolo said awkwardly.
You numbskull. You numbskull! I told you we're slug people.
Namekian explained, within Piccolo's mind.
I'm not! R2! I'm not! R2 times 10! Damn it! Look, guys. You want the wish or not? I've places to be.
Rumbled the Eternal Dragon.
Yeah? Like where?
Piccolo inquired, wondering what a dragon would do in their spare time.
Do I ask about your personal life? No. I come out here, give service with a damn smile. Does anyone else do that? Does anyone else notice what I do? Here I am, generous enough not to give you guys not one, not two, but 3 whole wishes. And do I ever get a thank you for it? You bet your green Namekian ass I don't. I've got better things to do, you know.
Dragon's yell shook the landscape, causing the oceans to rumble once more.
Sorry. I guess I never thought of it that way.
Neil said telepathically. The great dragon of dreams sighed.
You know what? It's fine. Just something I have to say. Anyway, what do you want? Piranga, I wish for Namek to have a shield over his surface to protect it from harm.
Piccolo said as loud as he could, wanting to get this whole Namek business over and done with. The giant's green eyes flashed red as an inspectable protective bubble formed around the surface of the planet.
Your wish has been granted. Farewell, ungrateful little.
The dragon lit up in an orange light and condensed into 7 spheres that slowly dispersed across Namek. Mumblings of being late for a yoga class hung in the air as the Namekian watched the spectacle.
Have not ties of affinity, ha!
Piccolo suddenly declared in a triumphant voice.
R2 ties higher than anything you could say.
Returned to the disembodied voice of Nail, making Piccolo growl in frustration. Meanwhile, back with the fight, Vegeta slowly regained his senses and stood up, only to find the ball of crackling energy had already exploded on the ground. Yet, somehow, neither was a crater nor a scratch on the planet's surface.
What the hell?
The prince shot up.
What's going on? Am I dead again? Yes, that seems logical.
Damn it, Vegeta. I'll tell you when you're dead. Now move the plot along, complained the unseen ghost of Raditz.
Yeah. When I get my hands on you, you'll... No!
Vegeta yelled upon seeing Goku's seemingly lifeless body on the ground. The Super Saiyan quickly ran over to the elf and began to smack on the face.
No! You will not die here, Kakarot! You will die by my hands! Do you hear me? Wake up! Wake up!
And wake up the Saiyan did, coughing up a cloud of spit right into Vegeta's cheek. The scene went quiet for a few moments as Vegeta's rage almost broke again.
1 year, Kakarot.
The prince said coldly as he lifted Goku by the throat.
You have 1 year to train. Then you and I will once again meet in battle. You'll pay for assaulting my honor, for attacking my pride. You'll pay for the injustices you have so boldly committed against me, the lack of respect that you show for your prince. You will pay for my dry cleaning. These suits of armor are key to us.
Wow, what, a whole Frieza year? That's very generous of you, Goku said, grinning.
Not a Frieza year, you dolt! We'd be a GG by then.
With that, Goku was dropped to the ground and to create his new galactic empire. Meanwhile, at an undisclosed location, the set was large and resembled an expensive penthouse with a view of the outside city skyline. The camera shot up with 2 red seats available. The audience was packed to the brim, and zoomed in on a cup of coffee with a picture of the host himself. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nappa Show! And here's your host, the one and only Nappa! The audience went wild as the camera panned over to Nappa with a white tuxedo and a pink bow tie and black shoes. The Saiyan was sitting at the desk with 2 white tigers on both sides of him while he played Bioshock Infinite on his computer.
Oh, hey there, you stinky weirdos!
The warrior said as he turned to the camera.
They're expect to see you here!
The audience gave a big laugh.
Welcome to my Q&A! Here, I receive your questions, yes, yours, and I will answer them.
The crowd erupted in a few tears.
Now then, let's start off with a good one.
Nappa closed the game and sifted through his emails for a good question.
Here we go. Nappa, you bald-headed buffoon! Why do you think that Cooler, after discovering his transformation, did not go and kick Frieza's ass to assert his dominance? Well, first off, thank you for noticing my choice in hairstyles. Why did Cooler stay away? Probably because Frieza's big daddy was around his little princess 24/7. So Cooler never got the chance. Next question.
So, Vegeta has his own when he became a Super Saiyan story. So does Raditz. Gohan does too. Hell, even Apu has been the first Super Saiyan in the fanfic. Do you really feel hurt that no one's made for you, Nappa?
Glad you ask. No, I'm not upset. I'm a natural blonde. Not like those fakers.
The eyes erupted in laughter.
Are you like Ghost Kenobi, except for the whole giving wisdom part?
Hey, I give plenty of wisdom. In fact, I've written several Space New York Times bestsellers. How to Nurture Your Saberman Guardian, Aurelian Pets 101, and The Story of Gohan. Was he ever really there to begin with?
The audience cheered as the book covers appeared on screen.
What happened to Ghost Raditz?
Well, as you see with Ghost Raditz's story, I think he got into a fight with some paper mache before coming to me.
What are your thoughts on mystic form?
Well, I believe that's a form that's really mystical. That and total hacks. Well, folks, I got a bunch of questions for one guy.
Have you ever considered possessing anyone? If so, who? And what would you do with the possessed body?
Oh, that's an obvious one. I would possess myself to look back at my childhood memories.
Do you know what Vegeta meant by 9 minutes, 18 seconds being the happiest moment of his life?
Of course! It was the exact amount of time it took us to get from Frieza's ship to the nearest Dairy Queen.
On a side note, I just had Dairy Queen yesterday.
How's Raditz doing?
Oh, I'm certain Raditz is filled with his new job. Ain't that right, Raditz?
The brute called backstage where he got a rapid response.
Sit up, Nappa! Now the last question.
Dear Nappa, how did you lose your hair?
What do you mean lose? I'm just bald this way. That's all we have time for, folks. See you next time. And remember, stay up in school, or else you'll end up like Vegeta and become a prison bit. Shut the hell up, Nappa! And now for the review. Yes, this fic was truly glorious, and Kaioken Tyson! What the? Ow! 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 Ow!
Get out of my studio! Gods! Hey, what? What? Mike and Fix tend to give me what? Mike and Fix gave me the ability to use DBZ powers. Who knew? Anyway, besides, how do you think I got my name, martial art fruit user? I did come up with it just because it sounded cool, you know. Oh, back to the fic. I got nothing really big or important to say about this fic. It's hilarious, silly, fun. It plays just like Dragon Ball Z Abridged would. If you gave the guys the Bringer of Death fanfic and told them, here, have fun, make a ton of laughs with it. And that's the intent. That's what we got. We got an effect that was meant to be played like an awesome DBZ fic. And like a DBZ Abridged episode. So, but I think I do have something I can say about this. Something unique that just made me think about why DBZ Abridged has gone on for the past gone on for almost close to 6 to 7 years now, and so many other Abridged products with DBC have failed so hard. And you see it from this fanfic and from this Abridged. They love the material. They have a good time with it. When you really love the material you're working with, and don't do it just because you think, oh, this is going to be funny. I'm going to make fun of something I don't like some abridgers would. Or some abridgers would just think, oh, it's just simple. I'll just throw in a couple of pop culture gags, so a few references here and there, nobody would notice. When DBC Abridged did it, they went further than that. They demonstrated how much they loved the material by going through the arcs and breaking out random gags. I also read on TV tropes that they also tend to take certain fan theories and put them in. Like, you know, Gohan actually having problems with Goku abandoning him all the time.
I think I'm starting to have issues.
Or Dede being gay.
Each of these jokes work because, again, there's this obvious love of the material. They aren't just making fun of it because they think, oh, it's stupid. No. If they did, then it would be just nothing more than pop culture gags or just, oh, want to power up for about 5 minutes? And make the same joke that you've probably heard about a billion other people who hate DBZ complain about again and 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 again until your mind explodes. These guys realize there's just so much more fun to have with some of this other stuff. Like Goku's sheer stupidity, driving people crazy. Ghost Nappa. Super Comic Guru. The whole entire gags involving Trunks being awesome and slicing a guy down. Those are what make Team 4-Star special. Those type of gags are what make a good Abridged. When they give you a chance to see the audience's love for it.
They even go so far as to throw in references that only you would get if you were really, really deep into DBZ lore. Like with the recent episode where Trunks brought out the sword, and as he said, a sword I had got from Tapion, and that's a whole other story. I was laughing my guts out because DBZ movie 13 is one of my favorites. I love that movie, and according to them, that is the origin of Trunks as a sword in the universe, which makes me wonder how DBZ movie 13 went anyway. Maybe the androids managed to kill that bit Harangar. Note to self, explore the theories of that. But anyway, or small references like, say, oh, there's almost room for Dragon Ball inside that whole entire ship. And it's also the fact that they put real time and effort to it. Just watch one of Kaiser Neko's videos of how he makes a specific episode, and you see just how much effort they put into doing small little edits, changes, speeding up focal flats, making sure everything matches. I watch some of those and I get shocked by how much they eventually change to go, okay, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. Also, they made sure they got voice actors who are good. I mean, did you hear what Lanny could do as Piccolo? He sounds eerily enough like Christopher Savat. And Greg Ayres and Gil Karibo's Frieza sound eerily enough like each other. And there's so much more. Kaiser Neko's is Trunks. And I think the Cell Saga is the best example of showing just how big of a fan Team 4-Star really is, because the Cell Saga, in my opinion, is the best. Both for Dragon Ball Praised and normal Dragon Ball. I mean, look at all the stuff they do. Cell's as creepy as ever. Trunks is dang near perfect. They even did my first few episodes perfectly, and I love them for it. And that's what you could do when you put effort or love into your product. You get something awesome like this. You take the time to consider what you can do. I know I joke around with all my voices, and I probably will never be as good as they are, but you gotta give them credit. When they set out to do this, they didn't do it just because they figured it was the end thing or something like that. They did it because, 1, they loved the show. 2, it was something fun to do. And 3, it was something to give to you fans out there. Like the end credits of the Frieza Saga said, this was a special gift for a show that has touched us in all our hearts. And anywhere else on these dolls. Well, that was one fanfic down, 1,000 more to go. I'll see you guys all next time.
Hey, Marcel Harford user.
What, Nappa?
I was just wondering, do you think I could be in the studio? I mean, come on, I could totally help Trixie out with the production, and I could also help Final with the sound design. And hey, what are you doing? What's that? Big Bang Attack! Ow! How did that even affect a ghost?